A monthly budget can be correct and still fail on a particular Tuesday. The reason is timing. A budget adds income and expenses across a whole month, as if every dirham arrived in one pile and every bill left from that same pile. Real cash flow moves in sequence. Income arrives on dates. Rent, utilities, phone charges, food, transport, and subscriptions leave on dates. The total describes the month, but the order determines whether cash is present when each payment asks for it. Think of a budget as a map and a cash flow calendar as traffic. The map can prove that the destination is reachable. Traffic can still create a jam before the car gets there. In money terms, a positive monthly margin does not guarantee a positive balance on every day inside that month. This is not an arithmetic contradiction. It is a calendar problem. Imagine Laila, a laboratory coordinator, paid AED 8,700 on the 10th day of each month. Her ordinary monthly outflow is AED 7,940, leaving a planned difference of AED 760. On a monthly summary, the picture is positive. Yet her rent of AED 3,100 is due on the 1st. Utilities average AED 460 and leave on the 4th. Phone and app charges total AED 190 and leave on the 7th. Before payday appears, AED 3,750 has already requested payment. Suppose Laila enters the month with AED 1,000 carried from the previous pay cycle. The early bills exceed that opening cash by AED 2,750. The salary arriving on the 10th eventually makes the full month arithmetic work, but it arrives after the early queue has formed. Looking only at income minus expenses hides that temporary gap. Looking at opening cash, dated inflows, and dated outflows reveals it. The opening balance matters because a month is not a sealed box. The first day inherits whatever the previous month left behind. Likewise, the final day passes a balance into the next month. A calendar view connects those edges. Money received late in July may be carrying bills due early in August. If every late month balance is treated as free spending, the next month's first week can look like a surprise even when every bill was known. Not every cost behaves the same way. Rent and contracted payments often have fixed dates. Food and transport are spread across many smaller days. Utilities can vary in amount even when their timing is familiar. A repair can be both irregular and urgent. Income can be monthly, twice monthly, weekly, or uneven. The useful distinction is not simply fixed versus flexible. It is also early versus late, predictable versus variable, and incoming versus outgoing. This explains why 2 months with identical totals can feel completely different. In one version, income arrives before the largest bills and cash stays above zero. In another, the same income arrives after those bills and a gap opens first. Nothing about the monthly total changed. Only the sequence changed. The cash flow calendar exposes the lowest point inside the month, not merely the balance at the end. A timing gap is also different from overspending. If outflows exceed income for the whole month, changing dates does not repair the underlying total. If income exceeds outflows but arrives later, the issue is order. Both problems deserve clear language because they point to different mechanics. One is about how much. The other is about when. Sometimes both occur together, but a monthly total alone cannot separate them. Several educational tools can make the sequence visible. A calendar can mark expected paydays and known due dates. A running balance line can begin with opening cash, add each inflow, subtract each outflow, and show the lowest point before month end. Separate labels can distinguish committed bills from flexible daily spending. Where a provider allows a due date change, alignment can alter the sequence without altering the bill itself. These are ways to study the mechanism, not personalized instructions. Return to Laila. Her AED 760 monthly difference is real, but it becomes usable only if the month boundary is understood. Part of one pay cycle may need to remain visible for the next cycle's early queue. The important insight is not a universal amount or a perfect calendar. It is that the balance on payday is not all available for the days immediately following payday. Some of it may already belong to dates beyond the page. A cash flow review therefore asks 3 separate questions. Does the full month add up? On which date does the balance reach its lowest point? Which known payments cross the boundary between one payday and the next? Those questions turn a static budget into a moving picture. They also explain why someone can earn enough across a month yet still experience repeated late fees or shortfalls at the beginning. The plain takeaway is this: monthly totals measure capacity, while dated cash flow measures availability. Both matter. A budget can say there is enough money in the month, and the calendar can show that it is not there yet. Seeing the order removes the mystery from a timing gap and makes the difference between amount and availability easier to understand. This video is educational only, not financial advice.